I'd like to welcome you to this recording here. Let's just give a few more minutes as I'm setting up. If I'm too close, like I said, technical difficulties always something. I'm trying something new today as it goes. I'm going to record this. I hope you're doing good today. Give me a second to restart. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being out here. Let's see. Yeah, this looks good. Let me put my glass. This looks good. And also looks like the mic is coming. I don't know how this is going to go, so we'll see. Put you if you have any question, go ahead and put it up. I'm only YouTube live only today. Trying to record the podcast. I would like to welcome you to Imran's podcast. This is your host Simon Silwal. I hope you're doing great today. Today's been Good Friday. Um, for Happy Easter to all my Christian uh, family, friends around the world, all the listeners. So thanks for listening. Thanks for being out here. If you haven't followed Marathon Runs, please do like and subscribe. Subscribe, especially. I'm trying to get to the magic number 1,000 at this moment. On YouTube. So thanks for being out there. If you have been watching some of my videos from Rome, I'm adding some longer video on YouTube from the Rome trip, and as I'm headed to next adventure, which is coming up in 2 weeks, I'll add more those videos. If you like those, please please put a comment on the YouTube. It always helps. So today's topic, I just want to focus on that. Today's topic, it's all about why should I train? After 150 marathons and ultra marathons, kind of that kind of topic came this week. I was on the phone with some of my coworkers. They know I run, and I've been running for a long time, and they're wondering why should I train. We the topic about the weight came and talk about the resistant training, so on. So I don't want to get deep on those part, but I just want to talk to you about why should we train as a runner, you know, as a as a person, anybody. Why should we continue to train, sharpen our saw? The seventh habit of highly effective people. Why should we continue doing that? So that's kind of the topic for today. Let's just kind of focus on that. So I in that conversation, people talk about, hey, why, I'm slow now, I'm older, and la la la. So as it goes, the age always factors in. We know that. Age is that thing that we always, say, hey, no, I'm getting old, and there's certain aspect of age. I'm 50 plus now. My age shows up here and there. But yes, I reject the idea that just because I got old, I have to slow it down, and I have to, I'm slow because of my age. My question to you: are you putting some effort training? When you, even for me, is like, I've been running now 16 years, almost 16 years. Have I been putting same effort? Like I put a year one, year two, year two, year three when I qualify for Boston. The answer is no. I have not put as much effort. Last several years, my decline is not because my age, which probably is, but also, not only it is, but really it is because I have not put as much effort. I don't train as hard. My trainings are very limited. I'll even sometimes I have a hard time to go faster. Like I used to, like one time I was training, running with a friend of mine. I was breathing really heavy, and I told her, and looking at my watch, hey, I used to breathe this heavy when I was running 2 minutes faster than what I'm doing. So basically, what I'm saying is, and number one is I just fall behind in my training. That's really what it was, and very really caused, because if you don't put your effort in training as much as you used to do, and you're trying to perform as equal, you can't. Like what I'm talking about is, first time when I ran that 100 mile or at Martin, as you can see, I don't know if you see this or not. I actually have a, uh, I was third overall. Let me just bring this up here. Those on just listening podcast, you will not see, but anyway, I was third overall. that day, the same course that day, I performed. I was running 10 and a half hours, 50 miler. I didn't know it was fast back then. It was my first 50 miler, I think. I don't remember exactly, but I was early in ultra distance running, and also I was trying to you know, trying to just see see if I can finish 100 because I was just running 50. But look at this year, it took me 18 and a half hours. I added 8 hours, and you asked me, hey, you've been running marathons and stuff, but I have not training the way the 100-mile training will require because of injuries, and we talked about that in previous podcasts. Please do listen to that. But main thing is that I haven't put as much effort as well. I took myself out of trail, hill running and so on. I've been running, I've been pacing and run, but that just doesn't work that way. You have to put specific training that you need. Also, that you're gonna have to continue training speed. When is the last time did I have I gone to run a track? I don't have access to a track close by, but the last time I ran a track 800-meter is probably last summer. So we're talking about now in April, and I have not gone to track, and I don't know how fast I can run. I have a couple of 5Ks coming, so I'm training for that. So that's number one, training. And the training has a different variety, correct? As a runner, we know the training, there are different type of training we're doing. The training goes like, we're talking about hill training, heat training. That's what I'm doing right now, heat training, because I got caught up in on running in the heat weather, heated weather, at Lake Martin, and kind of got me. So I don't want to be in that condition where I'm, trying to struggle with the heat, because I enjoy running in the hot weather. So that's heat training. And of course, the rain, hills is really, really important. So there's a varieties of training we can do. A speed training I just talked about. I try to, increase my speed. If I done increase my speed throughout the running, I try to do kind of spur, try to have some sort of interval where I'm running faster. So what I'm trying to tell you is, here there's a varieties of training you can put it in, but the training has to keep going if you want to be continue being an athlete. You cannot blame your age, or your genetic, or if you have not put a training like you have done it, like especially a case like me, who I used to run. I ran marathon in 3 hours and 20 minutes. It's been several years, trust me. It's not that, in a running age, probably, and especially my time, when I was just started late in life. For me, is a lifetime ago. I think 2017 or 2015, that's when I ran 320. I have run 330 in 2019, 2020. So I used to do that, but in the recent marathon, I was really struggling to get sub four. And sub four used to be just like a day in the park. I just go run a sub four. So things like that, because I don't have training, and which is good and bad, and which I talk about a lot, because some of my training that I do, and the style of things I do is longevity. So slower I go, further I can run, kind of longevity. If I train hard all the time, it is also not that good for me. So you have to have perfect balance there. But training you have to continue training, and like I said, a varieties of training. Right now, I'm training for heat because several races coming up there. It's going to be heat. One of the things that I talked about even in previous podcasts is, if you go from hot to cold, it's fine. You'll be able to perform unless it's extremely cold, which I have gone through that too. But if you just go from like a 80 degree to a 40 degree, you will have PR and those kind of things. But if you go from 40 degree to 80 degree, you're going to there's suffering that's going to happen. So I'm going to, here and out, I'm going to prepare myself for heat for sure, and the hills for sure, even during between the seasons. So that's one thing for sure, and I cannot blame my age, my I cannot blame anything till I put that effort, and then we'll see if I continue on that one. that's fine. I'll then I'll give up. But till I can put that training, I will not try to not to blame anything else. So that's number one. Number two is how much eating. How much are you eating? Metabolism is for sure will go down. For sure. I have noticed that. It's long takes longer to digest. Everything you put in your mouth, you gain weight on it. So how much are you eating? Are you eating everything you can grab? That's the second thing that I'm saying, that hey, just watch out what you eat. Just try to watch out, because in the past I was able to lose 5 pounds in a one run, or all the water weight or whatever have you. Now if I go run, I'll lose a pound. Things like that. I'm just the what do you call, um the ratio is not matching. Even if I don't eat anything all day and then try to run, and still those pounds are not coming. So watch what you're eating. As a vegetarian myself, I'm continually eating a lot of junk food, and cravings. There's so much craving I have. And working from home is not doesn't help me, because I'm close to the pantry. I just during the break, or if I'm between the calls on my day job, I jump to the pantry and say find something. Sometimes I finish everything out there. So that's one thing for sure. Eating. What are you doing eating? So the third thing is why should you train? Why not? You should train continually. My question is, what other things are you doing? What other training are you putting in your effort? We talked about a little bit of resistance training. I'm not good at that, but I've been kind of doing a little more research, and I'll get back to you on that one for sure. It will help. Older you get, more it'll help you to build a little bit of muscle mass. So that way, the one I talked about, eating, then some of the fat, we end up in taking our sugar that gets in our blood, that creates a fat. So anyway, with the resistance training, we will be able to probably burn it, and we will be able to burn. So let's talk about that a little bit more. I'll bring somebody to talk about it in our future podcast. The third thing that I really what I'm trying to focus on here is, what other things are you doing? I have started walking. Walking is was my basic when I started running. Before I running, I used to walk a lot. So I'm walking. I call it the new thing, and I will bring that podcast called Walking with Intention. So walking in intention basically means, you're just not just walking, just like walking in the park. You're just walking for the exercise, so what I have done is I have this 20 pound kind of rucksack. It's not rucksack, but 20-pound backpack that I have put a bunch of stuff, and I just walk. Some of you talked about the weighted vest. It'll be front and back. Mine will be just in the back. So that will not only that will help me, carry my backpack when I travel. So the traveling coming, and that's what I used actually when I traveled to Europe for Rome marathon. All I had is a backpack. So not only it'll help me to carry those backpack to the airports, and as I'm traveling, also it'll help me to try to try to go to try to be stronger. That's as my cross training and low impact running, but with a backpack. So it's a little heavy, 20 pound, maybe a little heavy, but I'm gonna stay. I have done up to 3 mile, 4 miles, I think now. I would like to go, 6, 7, 10 miles, just in those 20 pounder. Maybe go to the trail and try to do a trail walk. Hiking is as a runner, trail runner. It's not a we don't we don't like the hiking words, but hey, it's a good low impact sport. So just try to add some pounds and go up and down the mountain. So that's not a problem. Even we run. Sometimes our running is slower than hiking, but still, we don't want to be called hiker. Nothing wrong with hiking, and like I said, I love trekking, and biking and so on. So I need to bring that back. And of course, like I said, other training like cross training, biking, those will kind of complement your running and swimming. And we talked about this several different occasions. But that's kind of where I stand. Back to what I say at the beginning. Why should I train even after 150 marathons and ultra marathons? I'll tell you, I've seen over and over that just now I cannot just show up at the race and think that I can pace for 30. Even I can just run 26.2 miles without training. This is not gonna work, as because I have put myself out of training, out of shape too much. Just because I run marathon after marathon, races after races, does not guarantee me, that I will be able to finish everything on time. I have not able to hit some of the times recently. Running a 50-mile last week, we talked about at Lake Martin, it was a struggle, and just things like that. We just need to continue train, continue put ourselves out there, so that way we can better in the next race. I'm not done training. I'm not done, unless I retire, which I probably will never retire from running. But definitely continue putting ourselves in a training. You don't have to have a special training if you have a coaches, if you have a gym, go ahead and use them as much as possible. If you don't have access to any of those, just try to find online, or just go out and do a simple thing. Like I said, walking is such a low impact sports, and walking with intention. So try to get your GPS out and try to walk 20-minute, a mile or faster, to see how that really will be very effective. Things like that. For me, is I need to put back my speed training, which I'm trying a little bit right this moment. I'll try my hill trainings, and of course the trail and road training, the distance. Those all varieties of things we must do. And one of the other thing I do after race these days, and which I've been doing for a while. So now with the walking, I used to try to run, and it's a little difficult day after a marathon, but I think I'm going to use that day to just walk. That's what we did in Rome. We walked about 9 miles day after Rome marathon, and just saw the entire Rome. Mostly, we followed the train line, and we walked and walked and walked. I know I have not talked a whole lot about Rome. I'm putting a lot of videos. Do watch that. After I've completed all those videos, I'll put a quick live podcast like what we're doing here. So anyway, I hope this episode helps you. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe to Marathon Runs. I'm trying to grow this channel. Really helps whatever I'm trying to do. Thanks for being out there. Continue to go out and go live. And I'm looking outside. The weather is so beautiful at this time. I know the rain is about to come, but the spring is here. I was at the Pittsburgh area. That's where I was on spring break, Pittsburgh area. It was still cold. I got to run a little over there. The spring is not. There's an early part of spring, like early March. We had. Now we are in April, so kind of. I know the weather says not there yet, but whatever you have, that's what you get. So anyway, thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. Yeah, I'll be at the Whiskey Run next week. If you at the Huntsville. If you are there, please find me. If not, I'll see you future races. I have a bunch of races coming up. I think I'm doing a 5K, and I think I am doing 5K next Saturday. And let's talk about after that and see where I stand with my 5K. But anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for being out there. I hope you have a great day, great weekend. Happy Easter, and we'll talk more. Thank you.